All right, guys. You guys want to blow up your back? Saw I blow my back up. You want a mass building back workout? Try this. You want bulging lats? You want Tyrannosaurus traps? You guys want lats like Dorian Yates with half the work and half fucking genetics? You want to figure out how to not work hard, get big? You want, this is the shortcut channel. I just noticed now that I'm obviously technically in a rehab stage for my shoulder, because I'm trying to get it back to functioning like a normal shoulder after a very long time of being dysfunctional. I just noticed that a lot of like the training tips that these so-called like, I don't know what they call themselves, gurus or fucking like, I don't know, movement dudes, like preaching like proper technique and ultra rigidness and form and all that stuff. It's like, I understand like you train whatever style you want, but it's like you guys are doing this weird thing where you're kind of blending the world of like rehab and training into one thing. So you're trying to like maximize workouts by like implementing like physio style training, almost like physio work, into like optimal training work. But it's like you're not suboptimal. Like you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't have an injury. You're not recovering from a procedure. You're a fully functioning bodybuilder who has fully developed muscles that are activated and working properly most of the time. And you're adding in these little like wrinkles of like whether it be like the banded laying on the bench and the banded laterals, like the cuff laterals around your wrists. Like it's like that stuff is like, one, it's meant to diminish the amount of load. Like it's obviously light, heavy. Light. It's easier to control the downward tension on that because like it's a stiffer line of tension, right? In the sense that it's like, if we keep this arcing motion, which is going to allow proper shoulder rotation, or if we don't, provided we don't like collapse all of a sudden or get pulled over, it's like those kinds of lifts are like very physio style in the sense of like someone would do that if they had a problem getting their shoulder to activate after like a certain range or like had something injury of some sort, where certain ranges are like weak for them. So you want to work them on a plane that allows them the least path of resistance on like strain on the joint. Like we're actually just able to move on a smooth plane. But we can't acclimate that with dumbbell though. We can't really get that with dumbbell because dumbbell you have to control the tension yourself more, and there's more of an abrupt drop where it's harder to control the negative, right? So it's like, I get it, but it's like you guys are thinking that these missing links that you're filling in with kind of physio work are very specific styles of stuff that are going to like elicit all these massive changes in the body. But one, those lifts are meant to be done very light. They're not meant to be done with massive load. So that's why you see these guys doing these laying on the bench laterals. Once the weight gets to a certain point, they're like, and then it's just like rocking them forward. It's like, yeah, because it's meant to be done light. It's not an optimal position to be moving load, right? So it's just like you're going to cause injury in a case where like there is no injury present. So you're going to create instability and create unbalance because you're trying to be so specific in the movement, which is like, I don't know whether that's an effort to like try and come across as smarter than you are, or trying to like just develop your own little nuances that like you think are going to make these massive differences. But the only nuance and the only thing that makes a massive difference is literally the consistency of your training. It's not like one specific lift. Every week I come in and I do these specific lifts and they've improved my body so much. It's like when you see these girls coming in every day in gyms all across the world, definitely not here, and they're doing like this is rehab work. This is like if my glute is not firing, if I have a problem, I have an injury, or I'm recovering something, I have to get that little tiny muscle, those stabilizer muscles and those deep like hip muscles to like work again. It's not meant to be something that's making your glute grow to some massive proportion. Like you can't move enough weight. If you try to do that with a whole stack, you'd be like, so that's what I'm saying. The weight reaches a maximum threshold, and then it starts to curve downward in terms of benefit. So we reach a peak of like benefit, the weight might keep going up for a bit, and then it's like sharply down because I can't still control what's just that muscle. Now I'm just kicking my leg out and throwing my foot out, right? I'm not using my glute. And that being said, so if that girl's coming in every day and doing that kick out shit, she's gonna reach that threshold pretty quick because the body acclimates pretty fast, especially when it's like trying to fire little muscles. It's not stupid. It's like, okay, you're trying to get these, I'm gonna get them work now. I don't have to keep reminding you of them. It's like I don't have to, when I do chest, I don't have to warm up with a band and go, and tell my chest, this is how we press again. You've forgotten, right? Like, here we go again. Like, no, I know the movement patterns. Now I apply the movement pattern and the ability to lock down and to be able to isolate when I'm doing real stuff. Like real movements that require like all the body to move or certain portions of the body to actually move as a whole, right? So be wary of guys who are like trying to show you these super nuanced, like if I'm gonna do a row here, you see these guys like they're over here and then they're like we talk about, and it's like, yeah, I understand you're flexing into something, and that maybe like that would really be good for someone like me who has a shoulder injury. I don't want to rock through my shoulder so much. I just want to drag that elbow in without a lot of shoulder rotation, and I want to like just get my back to activate a bit. But that's not going to be what I'm going to do once I understand that my shoulder is fine again and I have full range of motion. Then I'm going to move through full ranges of pulls. I have no reason to do that anymore. So again, you're rehabbing it again, locking down, and nothing's coming from it. As you can see, by all the guys who train like that, backs are garbage. Some of them think they have a good back. Some of them even do well in shows, but you know where they lose at the shows? To the other people in the poses? Their back. The back sucks. And they're just arm pulling the fuck out of shit and doing God knows what else, right? But just, as soon as something sounds a little too technical and a little too wordy and like everything's just a little too much, that should be a red flag in everyone's mind, like, oh, full of shit. Full of shit. You know what I mean? Like the turkey popper pops out, it's like, asshole. Nonsense. You know what I mean? When the turkey's done, the thing pops up. It's like, oh, another asshole. Yeah. The best is these fucking, I said it before, I don't give a fuck, I'll say it again. These fucking skinny dudes who have no fucking muscle on them. Like literally you have the muscle you have on you right now at like 25 years old, I had when I was 15. I was playing linebacker in high school. Or like 18, 17, whatever. You know what I mean? Like you have no muscle. What the fuck are you telling me how to gain muscle? You don't know anything about it. It's like we said before. It's like asking a blind guy what his favorite porno is. He has no fucking clue. He has never seen one. This one sounds good. It sounds like something's happening. This kid's like, I think it's working because I feel some tension in body parts. And then they stand up and they're always the ones taking their shirt off in the gym. Never fails. The smallest dudes doing the fucking instructional videos in the gym, shirt off, mandatory.
Yeah.
Mandatory shirt off, mandatory douchebag fucking outfit, and like over gelled hair, and like skinny with abs and 160 pounds. It's like, if you don't have abs when you're 160, 70 pounds, what's wrong with you? You don't need to train for that. That's like a given. You should have abs. You're fucking tiny as shit. It's like, be 300 pounds with abs, show me how to fucking build muscle, and I'll be like, well, I'm gonna listen to this guy. I think he's got a pretty good grasp on what's going on. Like, he doesn't just look like that naturally.